So I'm having to re-voice over this video because I did a screen recording and I don't know why it didn't record my voice. Anyway, I have FreePic pulled up here because I found this line art that I wanted to turn into a vinyl. I had seen, several other very similar designs to what I wanted, and I'm not a designer, so you can subscribe to FreePic. You can get free. I don't know what the limit is, maybe a couple free downloads a day, but if you have a membership, then you can download, I guess, as many as you want. And you do need to attribute. I'm looking down here in the corner, it says attribution required. So for this specific piece of artwork, I would need to attribute where I got it. So I wanted to use this flower image. There was a couple of them in there, and I thought I would try. So when I decided this was the image for me, I went ahead and downloaded it, and I saved it to my computer. And so it comes as, this is an EPS file, and it also comes as a JPEG. So when I import this into Inkscape, that's the program that I'm going to use. I'll use the EPS. And as you can see, it shows you in this text how you need to attribute it. If you have it comes with the free license, so for free use, and then if you have a premium membership, then it gives you the details as well, how to attribute it. And so I just keep these in my file, and then when I open up the file, which I'm showing you, this is the one that I'll use in Inkscape. So when I open up Inkscape, you can see I went ahead and copied the attribution right here at the bottom so that when I'm using it, it's right there. And so when I'm all finished, I'm ready to post this to my website, which is what this would need to be. I can have this link right here. So I imported the whole image into my Inkscape file. So I already took this image, and when it comes as one image. So I just selected it all. As you can see, it's going to come as one image, just like this when you import it. I'm just moving the background there with it. And so when you bring it into Inkscape, you'll need to separate each of those individual drawings so that you can work with them as you want to. And the way that you would do that is select on the whole image, and then if you can see I haven't got to that part yet. I don't know what I was saying when I originally recorded this because this has taken a long time. I think I was talking about how each of those little images are completely separate when you kind of take them apart. So as you can see, when you click on it right now, the whole thing is moving, but I want to just work one. So I'm going to go up here, and this is how you group them, and this is how you ungroup them. So I'm going to ungroup them, and now you can see every individual line is separate. So if I wanted to work with one image, if you can see, if I move that just pulls the little flower apart. But if I wanted to work with that whole drawing right there, I would need to select. What I'm doing right now is moving the background. Most all these images from FreePic also comes with a background, so I just get out of the way. So what I want to do here is I want to regroup just that image, and then I want to group it together. So now I can move it around and bring it up on my work space. So I did that already. There were a couple flowers here, and I wasn't sure which one would work best for me, so I moved them up here. And I decided that I thought maybe I could work with the one on the right. So I'm going to zoom in a little closer. So with that selection button, you can see that I can move in a little closer. And I'm going to show you what it looked like originally. I've altered it some so that I know that it would work for me when I go to cut it. But let me zoom in here to the original artwork. You can see there was some thing going on here. I just didn't think that was going to look very good, and then also it didn't connect completely in a couple of places, and I wanted to touch those up so that when I do import it to Cricut and cut it, it'll cut it as one image, and I won't have those breaks or those little lines there. So that's what I did. As I brought it in here, you can see I cleaned it up. I moved, extended my lines in those places so it would close, and then I cleaned up those areas so that when I export this and I bring it into Cricut, I'll select it as a cut image. I don't know what I'm saying there, but it all looks good like that. I think what I'm showing you is, I don't know, just the image. Okay, so when I ungroup all of them, you can see, so this is where I'm showing you how I was able to move it, each individual line, which really makes it helpful for when you're changing things around. When you use that node, then that's how you can actually draw the line out or move it in. And it takes a while to kind of play around with this, but it's really intuitive. It's really user-friendly. So basically I just moved my lines back as I wanted them to, or closed up where I had any opens. And then when you have that done, you want to just make sure that you reselect it and group it all back as one image again. So that's what I would take. Between the two, I decided I like that one better. So that's what I'm going to take and export as an image. So when I go to export, I'm going to select where I want to put it on. I put it on my desktop, and then I called it Rose Die Cut PNG, and you saved it as a PNG. Well, and then I'm going to hit export. So once you decide what you're going to export it as, then you also need to hit the export. So here it is, and as you can see, it's a transparent image. So it'll be, once I import it into Cricut, it'll just be a cut image. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. As you can see, I brought it in. I'm going to kind of close the background for you. So I brought it in as I uploaded it as I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but that's how I uploaded it, as a cut image. And as you can see, I wanted to be able to just change the colors to see what it would look like. But as the image, it came in as this black basic cut. So once I brought that in, I sized it what I wanted it to be. And for this, for my uses, I decided I wanted it to be 2.5 inches wide. I thought that would be a good size. I'm going to use it in my planner. And so once I had that, then I decided to use the offset feature to create a second layer. So as you can see, I selected it, and now I'm going to hide my image, and now I have you can toggle it off and on. Now I have the background. So this is a second image. So I just went and changed the colors just so that it was easier for me to see. So I had the yellow, which for me, I was using a gold foil for the background, for the bottom layer. And then for the top layer, I used white vinyl, adhesive vinyl. So that's how it's going to look when it prints out. So I just layered it, make sure that I like the way it looks. And then I'm going to just make sure that it's centered. And then I want to make it. And so because they're two separate materials, I'm going to have two separate cut jobs. So the first one's going to be the flower shape itself. And I'm going to use the white vinyl. I have tons of this leftover vinyl. And so I want to find projects to use it. So that's what I'm doing. And then the yellow is going to be the gold. And that's going to be the second cut after I do the first one. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that now. And I have tons of scraps. And so that's another reason why I wanted to create this project, just to use up some of these scraps. So I've just made sure that it's going to fit in the cut window. And there we have it. It's kind of hard to see on here. Now, because I left it on default and not more pressure, I'm going to run this through a second time. So you just don't take your mat out and you just press go again, and I'll recut over it. And I went ahead and weeded off camera, which it really wasn't that hard to do. And then I layered it. I just laid it on top of this one, and it's still on the sticker paper, so I'll be able to take it off and, you know, put it wherever I want. But it was pretty easy once I figured out what I was doing. I'd never actually done a layered vinyl like this before, so this was my first project, but I think I'm going to try to do some more in the future. I want to make some gifts for my girls going to Miss Kansas this year, and I really needed to learn how to do this. So it was a lot of fun, and now I have this sweet little die cut. I guess I could laminate this or whatever, but I was planning on just putting it in my planner, so I don't know. But also this could go on, I don't know, laptop or a cup or anything. So but anyway, that's how I did it, and I was pretty pleased with the outcome. So I'll try to link the videos. I've watched so many, but definitely I'm going to go find Moe Howard's video on how to use Inkscape, because they were just genius. Anyway, have a good day.